Touch your neighbor, say it's not all about you. My God, I cannot tell you what great things that God will do on your behalf when you have the right attitude. When you'll get off of your high horse and realize that I didn't come here to be served, I came here to serve. I'm just telling you, if you really want to be exalted, the way to be exalted is to humble yourself. If you really want to abound, the way to abound is to be abased. And when you learn to be able to take those steps and say, I'm coming down, and that's the way I actually go up. If I really want to gain, I do it by losing. You lose before you gain in the economy of God. In the economy of God, you have to abase yourself if you want to abound. You have to humble yourself if you want to be exalted. And you'll be surprised what God can and will do for you if you just humble yourself. Just so on Friday night, I was invited to a private meeting with a real rich man. He's a billionaire with a B. And I had a private invitation to go there and be one of the number in the meeting. And so when I walked in the room, they invited me to sit at the table with a billionaire with the B. And I had eaten before I got there, but so when he's finishing up his little meal, I saw them bring him a cup of coffee. And it was in a paper cup. And the coffee was scalding hot. And so hot that he couldn't really hold it too long because it was burning his fingers. And if you're really going to have a servant's heart, you're going to have to be looking for needs. I realize that even when folks have money, that they still have needs. And so, me being the thinker that I am and the leader that I am, I said to me, this man needs a cup. Now, he's 83 years old. He needs a cup, but he's a billionaire with a B. So I get up to go and get him a cup. And I bring the ceramic cup back, and I reach over and get his paper cup, and I pour his coffee into the ceramic cup. And he looks up at me and says to me, thank you. Now he said, sit down here right beside me. And the billionaire begins to talk to me about personal things, about his own family, and share with me secrets that I couldn't have paid to be able to learn. And the only reason that I got it is because I humble myself. I could have said, you know what, I have a custom-made suit. And I don't work here. Because I didn't. But you know what I realized? It's not about me. And when I sat down, he said, do I call you bishop or do I call you pastor? I said, as long as you call me. But may I tell you, I didn't go there with an agenda. I didn't go to try to get anything from him. I wasn't trying to get anything from him. I didn't need anything from him. You know why? Because a billionaire with a B is not my source. But I tell you one thing that I was not going to do. I was not going to let the opportunity to drink from his wisdom and his experience. And one of the first things that he said to me, he said, you know, I didn't go to college. But he said, I want every one of my grandchildren to go. He says, now I know what I missed. And he said, the only reason that I didn't go because I had teachers that told me, he said, every teacher of mine told me I was not college material. I said, it's all right now. There. But I do want you to know that I had an opportunity to sit and dine and drink privately from the wisdom of a billionaire just 2 days ago because I humbled myself. Took on the form of a servant. Didn't matter about a title. Didn't need a title. Wasn't there for a title. I'd rather take the title of servant because he that's going to be greatest in the kingdom will become the servant of all. And I want to encourage you to stop looking for titles and positions and start looking for places to serve. I declare to you that if you'll look for a place, if you'll be like the woman that washed Jesus' feet with her tears and dried it with her hair. If you'll ever get at his feet and meet a need, feet are emblematic of needs. If you'll ever get and meet their feet, I had to just look at a billionaire and find a need, and I just saw that the need, and nobody else, the need was there, but I was the only one who saw it. People professionally trained to serve didn't see it. Folks older than I around him didn't see it, but I saw it. And when I saw the need and met the need, the treasure of his heart opened to me, and he talked to me as though I were his son, even though we are not the same race. I didn't pick up 1 ounce of racism. He's secure in who he is and has a desire to be a blessing to others. And I just want you to know that whenever you'll take the low place and say, you know what? I didn't come here to be served. I came here to serve. Something will happen in your life. God will open doors. You'll be surprised where your service can get you seated. I didn't just go there and take a seat. I was asked to sit by the billionaire. You know why? Because I served. And it was my service that opened up a door of opportunity in my life. And Jesus made no reputation for himself. Took on the form of a servant. And right now, guess where he got? As a result of not trying to make a name for himself. God says, I'm going to give you a name above every name. That at your name that every knee is going to have to bow. And he said, Jesus, because you became a servant of all, take a seat. I want you to sit at my right hand. And he was invited to sit at the right hand because he was a servant. May I tell you this? It's not about you. It's about God ministering through you to meet needs that are all around you. And you don't ever know who is watching and looking to see needs that can be met. Don't look in amazement because I wasn't there oohing and ahhing over a person. It wasn't money that fascinates me. I was more fascinated by his spirit of humility and simplicity. And I declare to you that if you really want the things to work for you in the economy of God, it must go according to his ways, where the way up is down. And the way to empowerment is through service. It is saying, God, I want you to use me for your glory. That I didn't come here for myself. This is not about me, even if I don't ever get to do it. But if I can make the road longer for somebody else, if I can make it better for folks that have to come after me, if you go through a tragedy, you want to work so that nobody else will have to go through the same kind of tragedy that you went through. That's the way that organizations like Mothers Against Drunk Drivers happen, because somebody lost a child through that, and through their pain, they became a comfort to others. Because somebody else had breast cancer. They started researching support groups to help other folks that were going through that, and out of their pain comes ministry to try to help other folks, because you know that it almost killed you. And you didn't want anybody else to feel the way that you had been made to feel. And it was your way of saying that I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And I'm just here to tell you that when you understand that it's not about you, it's about God, God will tell you to do things that you don't even feel adequately prepared to do. But just remember, it's not about you. It's about what God can do through you.
Thank you for watching Power for Living with Bishop Dale C. Bronner. Until next time, God bless you.